could definitely feel the JB Plus compared to stock. So that's the basic answer, but I'll talk more about it later. So how's it going, everyone? So today I'm going to be talking a little bit about JB Plus, letting you guys know how I liked it after kind of having it installed for a couple weeks, about 3 weeks I believe it is. So I'll give you guys my viewpoint on it, if it's worth getting, how I've liked it so far, if I've had any issues with it. And yeah, this is what this video is basically going to be about, just about JB Plus. And another thing I figured I could talk about is also some features I've been liking about the car, the G20. So I've had it for some time now, and I could kind of just go over some things that I found useful with the car that aren't super obvious that you could do with it. So some little shortcuts you could do, some little useful tips that have helped me with the car and helped me enjoy the car a bit more. Some might be a little bit more obvious than others, some you may not be aware of. I know I've had to do some research, and these are some things that the forum has helped me to learn that you could do with this car. So you might not, maybe you didn't know you could do these things as well. So yeah, I hope you guys can learn something and enjoy these things. I know I've had a good time with this car so far. I mean, I've been enjoying it. It's a great car. So yeah, we'll go over that, and yeah, hopefully y'all enjoy it. So I guess the first question you get asked is, how am I liking JB Plus? And I'll probably put a timestamp on, if you wanted to skip this whole part, onto where to get the helpful tips. I guess you say are things that I've been using for this car, but this part will just be about the discussion of JB Plus. So I haven't been liking it. Well, I'll definitely say it makes the car feel more fun to drive. Just like I'd say Sports Plus, adding that a bit more. I prefer that. That's probably the best mod I did. But JB Plus is definitely worth it as a piggyback for the money, I'm saying. So it's just makes it a lot more fun to drive. So yeah, I definitely recommend getting it. If you're looking for a piggyback, looking for something that's not too hard to install, JB Plus will be the way to go. Have I had any issues with it? Let me close that window. No, I've had no issues with it, thankfully. Everything's been smooth. Hasn't given me any lights, any problems. I recommend it. I'll definitely say you can feel the power increase, the boost. You can feel it. There's no doubt about that. I just have it at the +2 setting. I think I mentioned that before. So not a crazy high setting. It's lower than what comes default, but I like it at the setting. I think it runs smooth. I'm going to pull over just for a bit, just so I can talk about this a bit more. And yeah, we could have this little discussion. So yeah, like I said, you could definitely feel the power increase. In the video that you've seen earlier, with the launch, I mean, that video is more for me because doing a 0 to 60 isn't the best way to compare stock when adding a piggyback. But it kind of does give you an idea, and that's why I wanted to do it. And you could definitely feel the difference, as I said. It does provide an improvement, and I actually like the piggyback. It works pretty well, especially for how easy it is to install. It's literally the easiest one, just one connection. So if you're looking for something very simple to install that's relatively cheap compared to like the JB4 or boot mod, then this is the way to go, I would say. I mean, it provides enough power just for something super simple, enough extra power that you may be looking for. I know some people were maybe mentioning that their car felt jerky. I definitely don't feel it with this. Again, I did have it at one of the lower settings. I put it to, I believe it was 2 o'clock or 2:30, compared to the stock 3, because on my F30, I remember I left it at the 3 o'clock that it was, and I definitely did feel a little bit of jerkiness there. It wasn't too extreme, but I could feel it. And with this 2 o'clock setting, I'd say it feels very smooth. I don't feel that at all. So I may change the setting again just to kind of give a comparison to how it feels at 3 o'clock. Give you guys an idea, and then again update the video if I do that. I also do want to try JB4. The only thing that's negative about living in California in regards to cars is that we're limited to our 91 octane, so we don't got 93. So even if I were to get JB4, I would be limited with the maps I could use, unfortunately. But I may still try it otherwise. I know you can still do some mixes and things. And I also do want to get a draggy, so I could do that. But I'll definitely say, if you're looking for a simple piggyback to install, JB Plus, recommend it. It's easy to use, not too difficult, and yeah, you'll enjoy it. So again, I'll probably do a little pull in my car in Sports Plus mode. There we go. So yeah, I mean, I heard people say that there's extra delay or with, I mean, your turbo spooling or whatever. You're fine. I mean, I don't notice a difference compared to stock. At least with the setting I have it on. Like I said, I do have it at a slightly lower setting, just a slightly lower setting than that comes stock with the JB Plus, but nothing too crazy. So yeah, give it a try. If you have the extra money, you can buy one used. That's not too expensive. A lot of times on the forums or I believe on eBay, just look it up for the B48 engine, or the B40 and B58 share it. And so yeah, I definitely recommend it. Alright, to get us started for our first little thing that I've really enjoyed using for the car is these buttons down here. So most of us are probably used to programming buttons like these in cars to maybe do things like make it go to our favorite radio station, like 97.7 or whatever it is. One thing about the G20 that you could do, or most of the current BMWs, is that you can install them to do different things. So say for example 2, I've programmed that to basically be a navigation, take me home if I'm out of town. So all I got to do is press 2 and I'll start programming to go home. Or another one is 4. This one's been helpful because, let me turn on the car real quick. So this one has been helpful because for some reason the G20 doesn't have a synchronized button. So say if, let me undo it. Say if my passenger wants it a different temperature, instead of just doing it manually when I'm in the car by myself and fixing it, all I got to do is press 4. I'll synchronize the temperature to go back together. So that's one thing I've been using. Another one is 5. A lot of times you don't want to be going through all the menu to try to find the ambient lighting. So I just program that to go 5 right here, and you could do that. Or another one is the sports display. All I got to do is press 7 right there. It'll show me that. 8 is my tire pressure, and things like this. So yeah, it's pretty simple to do that. I'll show you right now. So say you want to program one of the things to take you to a certain thing. Say you want it to show you your tire pressure. You want to program it from here. So I have 2 as, or actually I have 3 as not assigned. I'm going to hold 3 to assigning it. And now you see number 3 will now take me to the tire pressure. So it's basically doing that. So that's one helpful tip that I've enjoyed using. I'm sure you enjoy using it as well. All you have to do is hold the button right when you're on the little part that shows you the setting, and you can program it for that. And here's another one that's been super helpful for me. Living in California, I don't get super cold days, but also living in California, I find that most of us tend to feel the cold probably quicker. So for me, I like to have the heated seats come on as soon as it gets under a certain temperature. So if you actually go to installed apps, all you got to do is go to the climate control rules, and you can program your car to do this. So I think by default this is on off setting, but I actually done it to where I have it to where when it hits 55 or below, my heated seats will automatically go to 2. So you can change that setting, of course, to if you want it just on level 1, if you want it fully on. I have it set to 55 because that's cold enough for me to have this heated seats automatically turn on. So yeah, that's one setting that you might want to use as well. I find it super helpful on a cold day to be able to have the seats start heating as soon as I turn on the car. I don't have to go turn on myself. It's not like it's hard to turn on the heated seats, but it's a nice little extra feature you could set your car to do. And here's for the next useful setting. So sometimes we like to drive the car in the setting that's manual. That way we could use our really shift the gears ourselves or use the paddle shifters. What's nice is once you get home, once you arrive there, you don't have to remember to put it off. This is a short one. All you got to do is click park, and it'll do it for you. So a nice little feature. I like it. I mean, it's obviously not super useful, but hey, if you forget to do it, it does it itself, so you don't have to worry too much about that. So another useful thing you might find is actually found in the settings. So you go to car, you go to settings, you go to general settings, and it's actually using the personal assistant. So if you didn't know, one fun thing you could do is actually you could change your personal assistant to have a different wake word. So for example, just for this video, I changed mine to Brittany. So you could do that. And she could do a few different things. The personal assistant is actually more helpful than you may think. I know I use Siri a lot personally with the iPhone, and you might actually find it pretty useful. And she's connecting to someone's. Well, looks like she accidentally connected to, I think, my wife's phone, who's inside. But yeah, so she'd actually be more useful than you might expect. So if you go to your personal assistant, like I said, I named mine to Brittany, and you just go, "Hey Brittany, roll down the passenger window." And there you go. So she can do things like that. Pretty helpful in that way. Another thing she could do is, say you're hungry, you're out of town, you're trying to find something to eat. "Hey BMW, I want a burger." Let's see how long she takes.
Which one of these restaurants?
See, not too bad. So yeah, she'll pull up a couple different options for you if you're hungry, you're out of town, you don't know what to eat. And yeah, you can do it that way. Another thing, maybe you're cold or you're hot. "Hey BMW, I'm hot."
No problem. I'm decreasing the temperature by 4 degrees Fahrenheit.
And there you go. Your temperature has been adjusted. So she actually could be more useful than you might expect. I mean, obviously none of these things are hard to do yourself. You might just find it easier to reach over. But hey, maybe you're driving along. I know sometimes I'm too lazy to maybe change the temperature. I don't feel like I'm driving, so I'm just gonna let it do it itself. Just tell the BMW to do it. And I know it's definitely helpful for when you're out of town, you're trying to find something to eat. She could pull up a few different places just to give you an idea. So yeah, that's another useful feature you might find. Try using the personal assistant. This is a more obvious one, but I know reading the forums, a lot of people are hesitant to use her. Maybe they find her a little bit unuseful. But I think she's more useful than many people let her off to be. So go ahead and give her a try. She can be finicky at times, but I find most of the time she actually does work pretty well. Okay, and you could also unlock the car with your iPhone. See, double click the side, go to setup. You could lock it again, and then you could even start the car. So you see? So yeah, hopefully you guys were able to find this video helpful. I know with the last one in regards to using your phone to unlock, I don't use it all the time because it can be kind of finicky at times. I mean, it's been working actually pretty good recently. I haven't had any problems, but in the past I couldn't get it to work for some reason. But it works pretty good now. Like I said, I don't use it all the time because I usually have my keys on me. But I do find it working, say if I forgot something in the car and I don't have my keys on me, you always have your phone. And same thing, I guess, if you're running late for work or running late to go somewhere, most of us have our phone, and if we lose our keys, we could just use our phone instead. So I like it for that reason. For the other things, some of them may be obvious to some of you guys already. Maybe you guys knew about them, so they're not too new. But I know for myself, I had to do some research to find some of the extra features. And actually, I'm gonna go straight. And I like them. I mean, they're useful. Hopefully, they taught you guys something new that you could do with the car. And when it comes to JB Plus, hopefully this gives you an idea if you want to get it or not. If we're gonna hold back. Like I said, it's really the easiest one you could do, and I like it. I think it's worth it for the cost. It gives that extra amount of boost relatively without any issues, no delay or anything, like I said, for me personally. So I recommend it if you're looking for something like that. So hope you all enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys learned something new. If you have any questions, please let me know. And yeah, thanks for watching.